Coming up on Safety and Awareness Today.
I've been flying powered parachutes for about 10 years now.
It is a beautiful way to see the countryside.
Oh, it's the only way for me.
We're on some four-wheelers, and we're talking about four-wheeler safety. We're going to be talking about some skiing. I'm going to talk to little Lauren McCarthy about the fun of this sport.
Safety and Awareness Today, brought to you in part by McDonald's. I'm loving it.
Right now we're going to be talking about some skiing. I'm going to talk to little Lauren McCarthy about ski safety and the fun of this sport. Lauren, you're a skier.
Yeah.
Yeah, you like it?
A lot.
A lot. That's great. Now, what are some of the things as far as safety? And I mean, you've had some, years of skiing now. What are some of the things we look for safety?
Well, you need a life jacket, of course.
Okay, yes.
And you need to have the right kind for water.
For the kind of water
Yes.
you're in. So really, we talked about that earlier. There's salt water and fresh water, and really it makes a difference on the life jacket. And you want one that fits you.
Yeah.
All right, what about skis?
You need to have the right skis that fit your height and your weight and your shoe size.
Okay, so there are things to look for. You just don't hop on any skis that come along. Now, where do you start them? Do you take them out in the middle of the lake, get them ready to go, get them on a boat?
No, first we do dry land training, and
Okay.
then when you go into the water, you go near the shore, because there's less waves, and if something happens, you can always just swim in.
Swim the shore. That makes good sense, because I don't think sometimes adults don't think of that. They get in a boat, they go out in the middle of the lake, they think they're going to ski. You do the dry land, you do the practice, you stay close to shore, the water's calmer, and you're going to be able to swim the shore if you fall off and have a problem. Those are good things. Now, when you ski, what are the kinds of things you do?
Well, the first thing that you learn is to go outside of the wake.
Okay.
But then that's the main thing that you do. You just, as you get better, you go faster, and you have to go further out.
Okay, so when you leave the wake, you're really moving. All right, but behind the wake, it's kind of a safe zone?
Yeah, it's a lot calmer since the boat already went over any waves.
Any waves, and it's leveled them out pretty good. All right. One important thing I know is you keep your tips up all the time. You have a younger brother, Daniel. What does he do?
He likes to wakeboard.
He likes to wakeboard. And in wakeboarding, do you leave the back of the boat area and go outside?
Yeah, like when you ski, you want to try to not jump, but when you wakeboard, you want to jump as high as you can and do tricks in the air.
Okay, so that's one of the things you're trying to do with wakeboarding. With skiing, one of the proficiencies I think you also mentioned to me earlier is going around buoys and knowing how to follow a pattern. And are you going to want to compete someday?
Yeah, I should be able to soon.
Soon, we're getting close, huh?
Yeah.
This is Emmy Healy, and I am so pleased to have a chance to talk with you on our skiing thing here. You've won many championships over the years, but in 2004 you won one. What was that?
In 2004, I won the national title in slalom and tricks.
Slalom and tricks. Now you do trick skiing. Now in different states, different places, they have you wear a life jacket. Here, you don't need to have a life jacket. You wear a wetsuit, which is a kind of a substitute.
Well, it does substitute.
Gives you some
it gives you
buoyancy.
flotation, and as a competitor, you never go out and compete in a life jacket because you don't have the maneuverability.
That's right, in the cut through the wind. Now, what are some of the safety things that we need to know about trick skiing?
Trick skiing? Well, in trick skiing, there's some special, actually a release that you need.
All right.
Because when you do higher level tricks, you sometimes have your foot in the harness.
Okay.
And you could get caught in the rope.
Tangled
If you
up.
fall, you're...
So you can't let go of the rope necessarily.
No, I can't let go with my hands.
Somebody in the boat
has to release.
Okay, so you don't just have that release in the boat. You also have to have somebody competent enough to know what to do with that.
Absolutely.
Okay, that's good. What else are we looking at?
Actually, just a knowledgeable driver.
Okay.
They need to drive in a straight line. When a person falls, of course, they need to be cautious to make sure the person is not injured.
All right.
And, you know, in that case, they can just come back slowly and circle.
Okay.
Otherwise, not too much.
You may want to get into skiing if you don't already ski. What a fun sport it is, definitely, and good for your health.
Absolutely.
All right. This is a move with a cane to free yourself up from a person who has come up from behind you and grabbed you into a headlock. There's a number of things you can do, but this move here is very effective. Here we are in the studio. The move you just watched on the street is a freeing up technique from a headlock with the use of this tool here, a cane. I have Eric Stolick with me in the studio, and Eric is going to come up behind me and put me into a headlock. Now go ahead, Eric. He's here and down. Now, at this point, people that put you into a headlock will bring you to the ground. Swing your cane and strike. It's going to be the outer leg. This is going to be their stable leg. So you swing and strike. Rotate the cane. At this point, I'm in control. He just doesn't realize it. No matter how tight they squeeze on your head, you have enough time now to take your left hand, palm it to their body, pull on that ankle, and that hurts their ankle like you wouldn't believe. You now are free, and you can go. Let's see that one more time. I'm here, he grabs, I'm down, I strike, here, palm push, they're down, I move. All right? That is a defensive move with a cane against a headlock.
Coming up on Safety and Awareness Today.
I've been flying powered parachutes for about 10 years now.
It is a beautiful way to see the countryside.
It's the only way for me.
We're in Steuben right now, and we're going to go talk to Joe Hines about powered parachuting. Joe, it is a pleasure.
It's a pleasure for me as well, Cliff.
Yes, by golly, and you fly powered parachute.
Yes, I do. I've been flying powered parachutes for about 10 years now.
All right, and now I chose you to talk to, and I've been flying them for about 10 years now. Well, actually, yeah, about the same time. Yep. But I chose you to talk to because you've built two of them from scratch.
Yes, I have. I built a two-seater and I built a single-seater.
So you really know the ins and the outs and the makeup of a powered parachute.
Well, within reason, yeah, I think so.
I think you.
I bet my life on it that I know how.
That's right. That's right. You've bet your lifetime. You've gone in the air with these machines.
And as a matter of fact, I think I've bet yours once or twice when you rode with me.
I've been in that. I've been in your homemade machines, and they're gorgeous. Their weight balance structure is excellent. But let's get into some of the generals of powered parachuting. It's an aircraft, so we have to do a pre-flight.
Yeah, absolutely. Every single time.
All right. Every single time that you're going to take off. That means if you just flew and you came down and you landed, before you go up again,
we pre-flight it again.
Pre-flight it again.
Because I don't know what I might have broke on the last landing.
Okay. Or what might have changed.
Yes, that's correct.
Now, in that pre-flight, what are some of the things that you do?
I check every single nut and bolt, every single one, to make sure they're tight, they're still attached.
Yep.
And I look the machine over to see if I've bent anything or twisted anything or anything's broken.
Okay.
And then I look for parts that may have come loose off the engine.
Yeah.
And
because there's a lot of vibration going on.
Yes, there is.
This engine is a...
It's a Rotax. It's not exactly a snowmobile engine. Those who do snowmobile would be very familiar with it, but it's the ultralight aircraft version of a Rotax engine.
Okay.
It has dual ignition and it has a gearbox attached. Basically the same engine, a little less horsepower out of the same cc's.
Right. Yep, and then really there is some, you know, when you're throttling down, you're getting to lower speed, there is some vibration.
Oh, absolutely.
For sure.
Yep.
Now, in that pre-flighting, we're going to you're going to start in one spot, work your way all the way around it.
Yep.
Checking everything.
And I do it the exact same way every single time.
Every single time. That's what I do.
Yep.
I was taught that when I was flying Cessnas. Every single way, you start in one spot, you end in that spot. Now, when you lay the chute out, what are you looking for when you lay your chute?
I'm looking for all the chute lines to be attached properly, of course.
Right.
I'm looking for any damage that might have been done either by dragging the chute on the runway when I'm bringing it back to put it away, or possibly insects getting caught in the chute bag, or rodents.
Okay.
And I'm also looking to make sure all the lines are are spread out properly, so that there's no compression knots in them where two lines have crossed and make kind of a little slip knot out of themselves,
right,
which would make the chute inflate poorly, if at all.
If at all. So you're clearing the front lines, clearing the rear lines, then you're clearing the brake lines.
That's correct.
All right. Then you get the engine up to the proper temperature, all right, and you've kind of gone through all of this. You got the engine up to the proper temperature. It's all balanced now. You're set to go. Helmets?
Helmets, wear helmets for the obvious reason.
Yep.
And they also have communicators in them. We have little intercoms, so I can talk to the cameraman or my passenger in the back seat.
And the ground.
Yeah, of course, yes.
Because when we flew today, the flybys we did and the parallel or the pattern flying we did, we were in communication with each other all the time.
Yep.
I think that's important too, and a lot of people in small aircraft or ultralights, experimentals, aren't doing the radios, and the radios are a really safety factor.
Yes, they are.
All right.
That way I know exactly what your intentions are before you fly, and I know.
That's right.
And if anything changes mid-flight, we can allow each other the same information.
That's right. That makes a difference. In some of the fly-ins that I know that you've gone to, I've gone to, people don't have radios, and you're really just guessing. What is this guy planning on doing right now? And there's 3 other people in the air, and that one factor that they forget about, air turbulence.
Yes.
When one crosses in front of you, we got a big fluffy chute, don't we?
Yes, we do. And it's kind of like being a cork in a whirlpool.
Oh, boy, it just pushes it all around. Well, that's powered parachuting, but it is a beautiful way to see the countryside.
Oh, it's the only way for me.
It is a positive, exciting thing. It's been a pleasure sharing time with you. Congratulations on all that you've done and built in many positive years of blue skies and safe landing.
Thank you very much.
All right.
Coming up on Safety and Awareness Today.
And we're on some four-wheelers, and we're talking about four-wheeler safety.
Safety course, safety videos, safety DVDs.
Safety and Awareness Today, brought to you in part by Dr. Uniforms, more than just medical.
Here we are at Shenango Import Motors in Central New York, and I'm going to be talking right now with Jeff Stone.
How are you?
Pleasure to have you with us.
Thank you.
And we're on some four-wheelers, and we're talking about four-wheeler safety and information. Now, first of all, Shenango Motors does sell these, so you have
Yeah, we sell Honda, Yamaha, Suzuki, ATV.
Okay. And I've looked at a couple of things. Right off the bat, one of the things is there's a tag on here. Now, is this required to be on by law, or is this by the manufacturer?
By manufacturer.
By manufacturer, and it's got a whole pile of safety things. If you just take a moment to read it, this is really important. And the manufacturers, therefore, have really taken a hard step to bring about safety for the equipment rather than wait for laws to be passed.
Exactly.
All right, now because they've done quite a few things. They've got, and the safety course is available.
Safety course, safety videos, safety DVDs.
Yeah, I saw safety DVDs, all right, and safety videos, so that when you buy a unit, you give them one of these.
Automatically goes with it, yes.
And this really gives you some insight. They're going to sit down and read the booklet like they're supposed to, which they should.
Right, exactly.
At least they'll watch this.
Right, and if you don't buy a machine from us, you'd like to have information if you own a machine now, you can come get one from us at no charge.
So you can pick up one of these here at no charge, and you're promoting safety no matter what machine somebody's got.
Right.
That is great. That's important. Now, I did a little research, and I'll bet you know most of this stuff. If you go to the New York DMV website, they have brand new laws, guidelines and laws regarding four-wheelers.
Yes, ATV safety and ATV age requirements.
All right, now if, and I think a couple of these things that are important. First of all, we're going to cover some of the general stuff, but the most important things that are there, and they're new, and that is that if you're between the ages, if you're 16 and older, you're fine.
You can operate an ATV, yes.
You can operate an ATV, whether you have a driver's license or not.
Correct.
Okay. But if you're 10 to 15, you need one, either parental supervision, adult supervision, or two, adult supervision, or on property that is owned by your parents' legal guardian.
Right.
Or three, if you've taken
the ATV safety training course.
So if you've taken the ATV,
which is free to take.
So it's free to take.
Yep.
If you take the ATV safety training course, and you're between the ages of 10 and 15, you can go out on a trail. You can go on your own.
Yes.
As long as you're carrying the certificate that says you have that.
And the certificate also, as if you buy a machine from us or any other dealer, they will pay you to take the course. Up to $100.
Up to $100 to take the course.
Take the course. Yep.
It's that kind of safety and it's that kind of promotion that really makes a difference. Now, if you're under 10, then
it's adult supervision only, and you need to be on your own property if you're not under adult supervision.
Okay,
yes.
So it's adult supervision only if you're under 10, or you must be on your own property.
Right.
But now this is the tricky one. This is one that I saw. What about insurance?
Insurance is required, I believe, by New York State law on all machines unless driven on your own property. But every machine we sell here, we always inform the customer, you need to get your insurance.
You need insurance.
You need to cover yourself and cover.
Yep. Because there's a little catch in that. You don't have to have insurance if you keep it on your own property, but if it causes injury or property damage to anybody else in any way, you must provide an insurance certificate.
To a policeman
to
or a judge, yes.
So even if you're on your own property, if you bumped into somebody else's car or another kid
Correct.
got hurt, you better have insurance. That makes good sense. Now, when we're riding these, how about passengers? So I put 4 or 5 people on it.
No, there's no law that I know of in New York State that says that you can't have 2 passengers, but it is unsafe, it's unstable, and the manufacturers insist that we have 1 passenger only.
1 passenger only, and I've seen that on every piece of literature I've written. Just 1 person on it, it allows it to have the kind of stability it was designed to have.
When you get too much weight up top, it makes it real unstable.
Makes it unstable. All right. Now, they call them utility vehicles, but they also indicate the recreational.
Exactly.
Because it is nice just to get out and go on some of the trails and just to get out in the outdoors. And they've got storage compartments for them now, so you can take lunches, you can take food, you can take stuff to go out, fishing equipment, and go out by a creek.
You can do that, and you can also work with them, the plow, wagons, and hauling wood. All that kind of,
They really are durable. There's something else. Well, look, this has been a pleasure. It's exciting. The safety factors that have come about in these in the last couple of years are really impressive. That is definitely the right way to go. They're a powerful little vehicle. They can be a lot of fun if we do it safely.
Yes.
Coming up on Safety and Awareness Today.
We did a warrant execution.
Absolutely, yes.
All right, with a really high quality SWAT team. I have the chance right now to talk to Lieutenant Wayne Manilescu, and it's a pleasure to have you with us here on the show.
Pleasure.
By golly, what we just did, and we ran through it, I want to talk about it. We did a warrant execution.
Absolutely, yes.
All right, with a really high quality SWAT team. And the members of the team, who are the members of the team?
Today you have Officer Arlene Hernandez, Officer Peter Scalise, Officer Scott Lewis, and Officer Pat Bick.
Okay, they were a super unit working with me, an amateur as their point man.
Yes.
And when you're doing one of these, what's the process?
The thought process is always moving, but your main thing is safety. Safety of you, safety of the people in the house that you're going through. Clearing the house as quickly as possible, violence of action, just getting through, security, and getting out, everybody getting home.
Now what we threw in there is called a light
noise device.
Night noise device.
Flashbang.
Flashbang
is what we call
is
them.
what it's called.
Yes.
All right, now that's basically, that isn't to hurt anybody, that's a distraction technique.
It just overloads the senses. We're going to try to overload the sight sense and the hearing sense. People usually will look where that bang came from, and that gives us that split-second break that we need to get into the house, balance the action, and overcome the whole room.
And literally have an equal footing for a few minutes to get inside that barricaded house or that house that may have a person with a gun.
Absolutely.
All right, excellent. Now, one of the things that you have to be concerned about is some people have dogs that are vicious, so you actually switch your point man. You have certain people that deal with attack dogs better.
Yes.
All right, but the whole team switches point.
Yes. We at any time, I could call on any one person to be the breach guy, to be my point guy, to be the person going in or out of the house, wherever we want them.
Okay. Well, it was a pleasure doing this. It was a pleasure working with the team and with you. I learned a great deal
We had
today.
fun.
Thank
we had
you.
a lot of fun.
Oh, we
Thank
really
you.
did. Thank you so much.